Good morning, everybody. Happy Easter to everyone from myself and Torcon Weather Team. I want to take just a few minutes and go over the potential to see some severe storms today on Easter Sunday, as well as the big show coming tomorrow on Monday. Not much have changed over the last 48 hours, with the exception of maybe just a little bit stronger wording on the potential for severe storms on Monday, as well as a slight shift to the south by about 50 miles as well. So we have seen some signs here over the last few model runs that this low pressure system is not quite as strong as some of the models had projected earlier into the week, but it is still going to create havoc here in the Midwest. So let's take a look first at the day one category outlook put out by the Storm Prediction Center. They have expanded that marginal risk, which is this darker green shade. That's a marginal risk for severe storms, as well as the introduction of a fairly broad slight risk that encompasses parts of northeast Missouri, central Illinois, and central Indiana for today. Now, the primary concern today is going to be the potential to see some quarter size hail or slightly larger. That is the biggest concern. As you can see, we've got a pretty marginal risk to see some larger hail today in this area, and especially in this yellow shaded area where that is a slight risk for severe storms. Now, the tornado potential is out there today. It is low, but we do have a chance in this circle from northeast Missouri through central Illinois and Indiana as well. And then our wind threats encompass all of the marginal risk area here, including parts of northeast Missouri, central Illinois, central Indiana, and parts of the Ohio Valley. Now, let's go into day two, which is Monday. And as you can see, we've got a very large enhanced risk for severe thunderstorms from southern Illinois through eastern Missouri, southwest Missouri, into central Oklahoma. Now, there's going to be a tornado threat with this on Monday. Here we even have a significant black hatched area from looks like south central Missouri, including the towns of Springfield, over to just south of St. Louis and into southern Illinois. We also have a yellow slight risk around that. That's a 10% risk around that hatch area, and then a 5% chance encompassing over that one, and then we have a 2% chance really outlining the entire slight risk area for Monday. Now, we also have a hail threat tomorrow. This is in this black hatch area. We could be seeing hailstones larger than 2 inches, and that's actually going to be in southwest Missouri, west central Missouri, all the way down into central Oklahoma. The wind threat will be there as well from southern Illinois through much of southern Missouri into central Oklahoma. Day three, we will see this shift off into the Ohio Valley, and it will be moved out of most of the Midwest once this front moves through. The severe risk drastically goes down. So let's kind of take a look at what's causing all of this. So we're looking at the 500 millibar height map, which is about 18,000 feet above our heads. These are the steering winds for these storm systems, and we get a good idea what's going on 18,000 feet above our heads and where these these systems are forming and where they are going. And what you see, the big old trough out here in Southern California that's actually producing right now tons of rain out there in Southern California. That will be our weather maker as we go into tonight, into Monday, and as that begins to eject out. Now, notice it is going to be a positive tilted, which that is tilted this way and to the right. So that means that is a positive tilted trough. We will start to see some. Let me clear this off of here for you. As this continues to move across here into the Midwest, this is going to be a very important part of where these severe storms begin to set up, is right at the leading edge of this, the higher winds aloft. Now, in the previous model runs, it showed a classic ski jump, very, very strong winds coming up through Oklahoma, parts of Kansas and Missouri, and now it's not so defined. So it is showing a little bit weaker signs than what the earlier models have shown, but we still need to be paying very close attention to this, as I do expect severe thunderstorms to erupt here in the Midwest. However, they're not going to be quite as extensive as what earlier models have projected. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and move this forward. And again, where this line right here begins around 3, 4, 5 o'clock Monday night will determine where those initiation of those thunderstorms will be. And when they do initiate, they will have the potential for all modes of severe weather. Hail greater than an inch, 58 mile per hour greater winds, and or the formation of a few tornadoes here in the Midwest. So something we're keeping a very, very close eye on here at Torcon. Let's take a look what the dew points are. Now, remember, we talked about this earlier in the week. Our storm system that we had last weekend, we were really scraping for some moisture to come up from the south. We only had dew points in the barely making it up to 50, maybe in the low 50s, and just didn't have enough juice really to fire up these thunderstorms. But that's not going to be a problem this go around. As we go with this is 7 o'clock this morning, and we already have dew points in the mid 50s, 60s in Oklahoma, and almost 60 here in Arkansas, 60s in Texas. And as we go through the day, you will see that big influx of moisture coming up from the Gulf of Mexico that will encompass most of the Midwest through Monday. And here we are tonight about midnight, and we're fully engulfed in 60s. But you notice this they're along this warm front right up here. It's dragging just a little bit further south than what previous models has shown. Previous models show this line right here was about right here. So that's something we're keeping a close eye for, who's going to be getting these thunderstorms initially on Monday afternoon. And so right now it's looking like as we go into Monday morning, you notice this line dropping yet a little further south, and we get to 10 o'clock in the morning, and here we are noon, 3, and this is when I expect the initiation of these thunderstorms along this warm front, as well as down here along the dry line. Now, the Storm Prediction Center is showing the biggest threat for tornadoes to be centered right around this area right here, but we don't want to just rule out the potential to see a few stronger thunderstorms along this dry line right down here. So I personally would see two areas of possible tornado potential, and of course right down through southwest Missouri, southeast Missouri into Arkansas, far eastern Oklahoma, but also as well down here from about central Texas up through central Oklahoma, right in this area. I would be keeping a close eye on for the possibility of seeing a few tornadoes along the dry line, but and maybe even end up being maybe a little better potential. And I'll tell you why I'm kind of thinking that is the fact that along this warm front here, a lot of times you will get the training of thunderstorms. So, right along this line, as it continues to push to the south and to the east, you will see numerous thunderstorms across here. Now, that's not saying they will not produce tornadoes or can't produce tornadoes. It's just going to be kind of messy up here. Whereas right down here along this dry line, it's going to be more defined, maybe a bit more supercellular than what we might see up here along the warm front. But and then of course, as the night goes on, we get into the later afternoon. The ingredients really begin to take shape, and we'll see those storms really begin to strengthen once they get down here into southern Missouri. And I think that's what the Storm Prediction Center is banking on, and that we get a little better condition down here in southern Missouri, northern Arkansas, northeast Oklahoma for the formations of a few tornadoes down here in this area as the system continues to dive to the south and to the southeast. So both areas, the entire slight risk area, enhanced risk area, needs to be weather aware and staying up to date with us here at Tourcon Weather Team for the potential of seeing numerous severe storms regardless when it comes to Sunday night into Monday. So definitely something we are keeping a very close eye on here at Tourcon. So let's flip over here to let's take a look at what we're going to be seeing here. Let me go to the short term. Let's go to the newest short term model coming out, and let's take a look at what we're going to be seeing on the ground level. So we're going to be pushing. Let's just jump right up into Tuesday. Notice where that low pressure system, the location of this is going to play a very vital role into where the dry line sets up and where that warm front begins to sink down in northern Missouri for the initiation of those thunderstorms on Monday afternoon. So that will play a very critical role. Let's go to, here we are getting into the afternoon, and here's our troublemaker right here. So it's going to be following in the footsteps of that other 1,003 millibar low, and you notice we got a dry line setting up, and we've got our warm front separating the warm and the colder air mass behind it. So as that begins to move across, we'll see really two areas of thunderstorms along the dry line and right along the warm front here, draped across central Kansas all the way over to northwest Missouri and into eastern Missouri. And that is definitely going to be our troublemaker. Now, once that front moves through, we will likely still see some showers and thunder showers all the way into Tuesday morning. But as soon as that front moves through the area here in the Midwest, the severe risk go drastically down. And you even notice there's even some snow here that the short-term models is picking up from central Kansas all the way through Kansas City behind this front. So it is a powerhouse of a low pressure system, a typical springtime storm system coming through the areas. What we are trying to do now here at Torcon is trying to isolate those areas that have the greatest risks so that we can get wording out to you, we can warn you, because our sole purpose here at Torcon is to keep you informed and protected of any weather hazards, no matter where you live here in the U.S. of A. So I encourage each and every one of you to check out our social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. We have teamed together with some incredible storm chaser groups. We're expecting to be seeing tons of footage from this system on Monday through our network of storm chasers and our Torcon weather team. So again, keep yourself weather aware tonight into all day on Monday here in the Midwest. And from our team here at Torcon to your family, we wish you only the most blessed of Easter, and to get out and enjoy the beautiful weather out ahead of this storm system. Stay safe, everybody, and we'll be talking to you soon.